Hello, it's Friday, April 22nd, 2022, and we have a lot of reliable sources for you today. First, CNN Plus, this service saying goodbye for good next week. We're going to get into it with the inside story of its impending shutdown, what it means for the future of streaming. Hey, I'm Brian Stelter. Thanks for being with us here on Reliable Sources Daily. We're here to cover the whole wide world of media and why it matters to you. So we are going to start by covering ourselves. Look, it's one of the biggest stories in media right now. CNN Plus, the platform for this show, is going to be shutting down next week after less than a month in operation. Why? Well, that's what I've been reporting on for the past 24 hours. So let's get right into it. Incoming CNN CEO Chris Licht announced to staff that CNN Plus will cease operations on April 30th. The shutdown comes after Warner Bros. Discovery took over CNN less than 2 weeks ago. The new leadership team has a strategy that's quite different than this. They want to have one all-inclusive streaming service that would not support, they say, a standalone platform like CNN Plus. JB Perrette, the president of global streaming at Warner Bros. Discovery, saying this in a statement, quote, "Consumers want simplicity and an all-in service which provides a better experience and more value than standalone offerings. And for the company, a more sustainable business model to drive our future investments in great journalism and storytelling." So that's the corporate line. Let's get into the reporting now with one of the masters of this beat, purposely booking here someone outside CNN to give us an outsider perspective on this big news about CNN. Let's bring in Matthew Bellany, founding partner of Puck News. Matt, hey, thanks for being a Plus subscriber, first of all.
I am. You know, like any streaming service, I signed up to watch one thing I wanted to watch, the Murdoch documentary, which was excellent. And then I started to poke around and see other stuff. I like your show. I like Scott Galloway's show. That's how it works in streaming. That's
how it works. And we're going to get to Netflix and its drama in a minute because you're out with a hot new column about that. But give us your assessment of what's happened here at CNN. All the sources I've been talking to the last 24 hours, they say this is just a crazy clash of strategies. Warner Media, the old team, Jason Kilar, Jeff Zucker had one vision. The new team has a very different vision. And the new team won. Is that what you think really happened?
I think it is, and it's really unfortunate that all of the people at CNN Plus got caught in the middle of what is essentially a corporate tug of war here. I mean, CNN management knew for 11 months that this transaction was happening and that the Discovery people were coming in and taking over. Yet, even though they knew that, they barreled forward with the launch of CNN Plus a couple weeks before the transaction closed. If they had only waited and said, you know what, we should probably let the new people who are going to be managing this thing come in and say, okay, what do we actually want to do here? It would have avoided all of this. We could have probably had saying, you know what, let's scale it back a little and make it a tile on HBO Max and have the product be seamlessly launched within the HBO Max experience.
Right.
And it would have resolved a lot of this stuff.
Have you seen anything like this happen before in the media business?
No. I mean, no. And first of all, I think I'm making history right now. I've never been on a program talking about the demise of that program.
Well, we probably have more viewers now than ever before because there's so much curiosity. And
there is. Let me try out a theory on you.
Let me try out a theory on you, Matt, which is it's too early to know if this product, if this service was a success or a failure. You got all the haters today saying this thing was a failure. I don't know if we can even ever assess that because it just simply didn't have enough time because of the management's change in direction. And at the end of the day, if you buy something, if you buy a giant media company, you get to do whatever you want with it. But it does mean there's a lot of suffering for employees and, frankly, disappointment among subscribers as a result.
I think that's right. And if you look at something like Quibi, which is the kind of barometer of streaming war failure, Quibi got about 6 months to figure out whether it was working or not. You need that much to know what the data is and where the trajectories are going. But it really didn't matter. The Discovery people had experience with niche streaming services at Discovery, golf and other things like that. And they did not have success there. And this is a strategy move. They believe that to effectively compete with Netflix, you need a all-in, one service for everybody, very convenient, product, and that is HBO Max. And the trajectory on HBO Max is very good. The
Yes,
numbers that were released yesterday, it gained another 3 million subscribers at a time when Netflix is losing subscribers, and it's up to the mid-high 70s now, and that's good for HBO Max. So I think the vision is just very different. They love the CNN brand. If you talk to David Zaslav, the CEO, he goes on and on about how great the CNN brand is and how it's the standard bearer worldwide. So it's not a matter of not loving CNN. It's a matter of the strategy being different on how to transition CNN into the digital age.
I'm really glad you're here with this perspective on this today, especially an outsider. I'm trying to report on this from inside the company. You have an outsider perspective that's really helpful to hear. I'm going rogue for just a moment. I just got to say this. I got to say thank you to all the subscribers and supporters of this service of CNN Plus. This is a worthy venture. This was an outstanding experiment. And it was led by an amazing team of producers, directors, engineers, technicians, including the ones making this program happen right now. We still have some incredible guests and stories to tell, and we're grateful you're here to watch.